What up, y'all? It's Season Love, SENLUV, that's who I be. And welcome to another episode of the Money Healing Monologues. Here at the Money Healing Monologues, I like to open up a space to speak about Black wealth, health, and excellence. So join me every single Monday where I like to speak about different topics and how they affect the Black community. If you fuck with stuff like that, then please tune into my podcast that is available on YouTube, Spotify, and Anchor. Okay, this is my second time recording this video. So if you've been here before, then you know, but if you haven't, then let me put you on. Don't worry, I got you. I like to do this in who, what, where, when, and why format. So we're going to go down a list and we're just going to break it down. And the point of this is to open up a conversation. So please, please, please feel free to comment your questions or concerns or just thoughts about anything that I said. If anything I said made you, made some wheels turn up there, I would love to hear what you have to say. This Monday's topic, we are talking about Big Pharma versus Mother Nature. Now, in light of the Roe versus Wade decision, I thought it would be so great to speak about how the medical industry is a scam. You're welcome. So we're going to start with the who. Big Pharma is the medical industry that profits off of sick people. Right, well, so I'm speaking to people that live in America, in the U.S. So I'm speaking from my Black experience in the United States of America. This medical industry be having people on treatments and has a whole bunch of different kinds of medicines, like literally, like there's so many different medicines, it's actually quite ridiculous. And then versus Mother Nature, who they're trying to kill. And that's literally, Mother Nature. I'm weak. The plants, the sun, the natural resources that we are given on this earth, who has essentially all of the answers to all of the pain we've ever experienced in this lifetime. Not discrediting the years and years and years of research that the medical industry has done. However, I can 100% say, and I will 100% always believe that figuring out herbal remedies from Mother Nature that are actually naturally healing is so much better than me popping pills every 2 hours that were made in a lab. So, yeah. From my personal experience, I stopped taking over-the-counter medicine like a year ago. Yeah, a year and some change ago, I stopped taking over-the-counter medicine. And mind you, bro, like I grew up with really, really, really bad migraines. Like I was born with migraines type shit. So I got prescribed from young ibuprofen of 800 milligrams to be exact. Before it was 400, but then they upped it to 800 because I was saying these shits don't work. I'm weak. You know what I'm saying? And like when I was young, this is literally me as like a fucking child, like, and a teenager. Like every single time I felt some type of pain, I was just popping pills. Like, and it got to a point where it was just like, I don't even feel good when I take these. Like the nausea is ridiculous. Like I was becoming so dependent on it that like it made me so sad that like there was no other alternative. What do you mean there's no other alternative except me popping these pills every time I'm in pain? I cannot have that. So broad daylight is kind of crazy for that. It's kind of ridiculous. Back on topic though. That's when I started my spiritual journey, and I started doing more research and loving myself some more and realizing my terrible, terrible habits and killing them off one by one. And one of my terrible habits was not listening to my body. And like I had to come to terms and like really accept for myself, like I really don't want to live my life like this. You know what I'm saying? I've grew up seeing my mother, she's sick, going in and out of the hospital, taking all these different types of medicines every single day. I truly, you can't sit here and tell me that that's the way of life. Like, that's literally what's going to happen to all of us, is we're going to be submit to taking these medicines all the time. I can't fathom that kind of reality. So now we're here. Getting into the what. Like I said, the medical industry profits off of sick people. So think about the different kinds of diseases and things that are out there that require reoccurring treatments. They make bread off of that. They make mad bread, actually, like mad fucking breach, off of treating people on a continuous basis for long periods of time. And also think about all the over-the-counter stuff that is easily accessible to people every single day. Like, these are created in order to keep us dependent on buying these things from Big Pharma, because they make mad bread. Oh my goodness, they have us thinking, and they have us brainwashed that the only way to cure ourselves is through all of these different types of medicines. And bro, there's mad medicines out here, bro. The amount of commercials that we see of a new medicine coming out, a name that we can't even pronounce out loud, like can't even spell most of the time, true shit. And then the disclaimer at the end with a shitload of fucking side effects. Like, what are all of these temporary fixes really doing to help people get better? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are all these temporary fixes really doing to stop people from experiencing the pain that they're experiencing? I'm not saying that, like I said, the medical field has no type of backbone. Like, I understand that there's years and years of research, but in that same breath, I'm going to take that very fact of it being years and years of research to highlight the fact that we're mad fucking advanced as a field, as the industry. The medical field is mad fucking advanced, and there's no reason that we should still be pushing out all of these temporary fixed medicines when we could be pushing out and promoting and funding more probable, sustainable solutions for people. Where do we see this? Mostly, I said that we're getting into the where now. Where we see this mostly is, and why I decided to bring this topic up, is for Black women. We see this in the Black community continuously. We already know the history, and if you don't know the history, please go do your research, because I am not about to educate you on this. This is something that you personally need to do research on. The fact that there's an inequality of, just dealing with healthcare for the Black community. You know what I'm saying? We don't get the best healthcare. There's studies that are literally in textbooks that say that Black people don't experience pain like white people do. And just based off of that fact should tell you that this industry was not made for our color skin. This industry was not created with us in mind. So with that being said, that makes me want to promote Mother Nature even more and tell people to switch to more herbal and natural remedies, because we don't know truly what's in all of these medicines. And I commend you if you're a Black person going into the medical field trying to figure all of this shit out for us, because we need you. You really Batman out this bitch. True shit. Like, I really commend you, and I send you so much love, because I feel like it's so important to know what we're putting in our bodies and why. You know what I'm saying? There's so many, and yes, the Black community is sick, like physically, and I know there's so many of us that are sick and going through things and have been on treatments and these medications for years and years now, simply because the doctor said so. And I find that so bizarre because it submits people to a life of popping pills. And I think that is crazy. That is so crazy boots. That is ridiculous to me. Moving on into the when. These over-the-counter medicines and these ongoing treatments that last for years and years and years, they aren't sustainable solutions. I want people to realize that these things are set in place in order to keep money flowing to them. Like, I'm telling you that that's one of the biggest industries. That's one of the biggest industries that they profit off of. Okay, so I just left. 5 seems more like an accurate mark to set. Okay, Crystal's coming by 5. Right, this has kept people in treatments for years and years and years. Like, I just think that now is the time, especially with them trying to strip away rights and shit like that. Now is the time to really, 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 and this is taking me a little bit into the why. Like, now is the time to really, really, really stray away from feeding these big corporations. Like, and one of the biggest corporations that they profit off of right now is Big Pharma. It's the medical industry. Right. And I feel like as a Black community specifically, turning to Mother Earth and turning to exactly where we come from and learning these different herbal remedies, it feeds more into us being self-sustainable. You know what I mean? Like, it helps us feed ourselves, I would say. You know what I mean? It helps us get a grasp of some type of control over our lives. You know what I mean? It does not have to be that way. You shouldn't be forced to or submit yourself to a life of taking medicines. And I understand so much. Like, I understand that there is some, like, diseases and things like that, like, that may require these different medicines that were made and things like that. Like I said repeatedly, don't get in my comments trying to tell me that I'm talking shit about. First of all, you can get in my comments with anything. I kind of don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Like, any publicity is publicity at the end of the day. So, but what I'm trying to tell y'all, what I'm trying to get y'all to realize is the game that they're playing with us. I'm not trying to knock the people that's in the medical field that's just doing their job. You know what I'm saying? As y'all should. We need you. Thank you for your service. However, these medicines and the things that they have us ingest, the things that they have us take on a repeated basis, that we have to keep rebuying, shit like Tylenol and ibuprofen, that we have to keep buying to give us these temporary reliefs, is a fucking scam. It's a scam. Medical bills are a scam. My fault for breaking my leg? My fault for having an asthma attack? Like, I don't get it. Like, I really don't understand. And I really want people to start seeing through the bullshit. Like, we should not be paying for healthcare. Healthcare should be fucking free. And, y'all want to ban abortions? Okay. Y'all want to ban abortions? Okay. Who's going to pay for the medical bill? Quickly, Joe, let me know. Who's going to pay for the medical bills? How much is it to give birth in the U.S.? I gotta research that. I gotta look that up. I'm gonna look it up right now. Imagine. Give me a second. I'm gonna look this up for y'all right now. How much is it to give birth in the U.S.? Why do I feel like I'm about to be gooped? In the U.S., the average cost of a vaginal birth is $13,000.24. A C-section is much more expensive, costing an average of $22,646. And you know what's so funny? You can't even control if you have to have a C-section or not. So what if they just out here giving C-sections for fun, just for the check? I'm going to ask this question one more time. If y'all want to force abortions, who do we send the medical bill to? please let me know. Let me know, bro. Let me know. Let me know. This is why it's fuck Big Pharma. Because they don't give a fuck about the people. And they really don't give a fuck about the people. They just care about selling y'all shit. They just care about selling y'all shit. And I want y'all to please, please, please be aware and understand this. Start looking up the medicines that you're taking all the time. Start looking up different herbs because they're very helpful. I'm just saying. Once again, this is just to open up a conversation. I want y'all to start thinking. Start thinking for yourselves. Let's start being self-sustainable and start coming up with our own ideas and our own things. You know what I'm saying? But on that note, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Money Healing Monologues. I am Season Love, SENLUV. That's me. And I post every single Monday. And did I forget anything? Did I forget anything in my outro? Yeah, and I'll see you guys next week. So, peace.